welcome back to another Cotton Cuts Carnival Puzzle Mystery Quilt. This is clue 3 for the small version, and I'm doing Petting Zoo. So I've got our inventory all laid out right now, and we'll go through it, and then just like I have been doing, where I'm only going to make half of the blocks. And we're going to do it continuous so that I don't have to cut the video down. Because that's a lot of time. We are making 2 blocks again in this clue, so let's get to it. All right, so you're going to have, of your small triangles, 10A, 4B, 2C, 4D, and 4E. Then you're going to have 4 of your large rectangles in fabric A, 2 medium rectangles in fabric B, 2 squares of fabric F, and 2 small rectangles of fabric D. Okay, so now I have grabbed everything I need to make our clues or our steps, so we can just sew continuously. All right, so step 1, you're going to grab 2 fabric A, 2 fabric B, and you're going to make a half square triangle. I'm only doing 1. I basically made this video back to back with clue 2, so I may be quieter in this video. I don't know. I don't know that there's going to be a ton to talk about. Mainly because I'll be waiting for the responses will be super, delayed. It'll be like clue 5 before I get to talk to you about your responses from any of these videos. Okay, we're pressing towards A. All right. So now we're going to you're going to take your 2 fabric F squares and your 2 fabric D rectangles, small ones, and you're going to place them on either side of these half square triangles. Your small fabric D is going to go to the left. Your square fabric F is going to go towards the right. I feel like these videos definitely go faster than the fortune teller, because I actually I do all of the clue at one time with fortune teller. So I spend, like this morning I spent just over 2 hours with that clue, and I'm sure that I'm going to have that video cut down to like between 20 and 30 minutes. So I don't really know. I want to see if it's faster for me to produce these videos than it is to produce the other ones. Okay, so we're pressing out towards fabric F. All right, and then we are going to set that aside. Now grab 2 fabric B triangles and 2 fabric E triangles, and you're going to sew them on the long edge. This is step 3. All right, so we are going to press towards fabric B. Okay, so fabric E should be bottom right. And now you're going to take two of your fabric B medium rectangles, and you're going to sew that to the left of your half square triangle you just made, and your B fabrics should be touching. So I'm interested to know which sewing machines you all have and what you love about your sewing machine. I normally sew on a Juki. I have a Juki TL18 QVP, but she went to the shop for a spa day because I locked her up. So Betty is my Singer 404 straight stitch machine, who I love very much. Okay, we're pressing towards the rectangle. Um, and she's just a trusty gal. Okay, so we're going to join. This is the last of section 3A. So you want your small rectangle D on the left. And then you're joining your fabric F square to your fabric B rectangle. My Juki is wonderful for bag making and quilting, but I've really enjoyed sewing on this machine. I named her Betty. I bought her for $20 in 2012 from a thrift store. She has a cabinet, but I had a like a computerized Juki, and I named them Betty and Veronica. Also, do you name your machines, and what are their names? If you have multiple machines. Okay, you're gonna press towards fabric F your square. Um, I have several other vintage machines. I have not named the Juki, and I have not named my Viking. All right, so you should have two of these. It's kind of hard to see with the iron kind of in the way, but you should have two of those. All right, if you need to take a break, pause the video. If not, we're going to continue on to section 3B. So you're going to take out you're going to take out 4 fabric A triangles and 4 fabric D triangles. You're gonna make more. You're gonna make 4 of these. I am making 2 because that's what I need for 1 block. Um, but continuing on with the sewing machine conversation, I have I would. It's a very deep seated love, but maybe borderline obsession with vintage Singer sewing machines, and they're the only vintage machines that I seem to have an affinity for. I have 2 vintage Singer 66s. One, the Singer Red Eye. Her name is Alice, and I named her after her original owner. She only had one owner before me, and she's computerized, or not computerized, she's got a motor on her. She's electric. And then Flora is a 66K with the Lotus design. And she's in pieces right now. Okay, so we are pressing towards A. I'm listening to one of my favorite Twitch streams right now, and I may have to stop it because they always seem to make me laugh, and I don't want to just bust out laughing while I'm recording this video. Okay, so you should have 4 of those. You're going to take 2. I'm going to take 1. You're going to take 2. You're going to place your A triangle, the point towards the bottom left. You're going to take 2 of your large A rectangles, and you're going to place it to the left so that your A fabric is matching or is touching. And then you're going to sew down. So let's do that. All right, and then we're going to press this towards the rectangle. Okay, so that's what step 2 should look like. Step 3, very similar. Very similar. Don't get these confused, okay? So step 3, you're going to flip the block around so that your A fabric point is bottom right. Okay, so bottom right. Then you're going to take your other 2 fabric A rectangles and place those to the right of your half square triangle. Sew them down. Very similar. It's just mirror imaging these blocks. This is something that would hang, if I wasn't paying attention and doing a tutorial, this would be something that I would probably mess up immediately and have to seam rip out. So if you do or did, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. Unsewing, while a humbling experience, is okay. All right, and so again, we're going to be pressing our seam towards the rectangle. So I'm going to set that seam. And then I'm just going to lay that hot iron right on that seam. And we should be good. Okay. So set that aside. All right, now we're going to we're going to do step 4 and step 5 at the same time. You're going to make 2 of each. So you're going to get 2A, your 2C, and you're going to get 2 more A and 2E. And you're going to sew those on the long edge to make half square triangles. It just makes sense to combine these because it does. So my mom taught me to sew on a vintage Singer sewing machine similar to this one. I don't think it was a 404. My mom, I don't remember what my mom did with it, but it was my grandmother's machine. My mom didn't keep it, so, but I got one and I love this machine. I don't know. Good memories. Okay, so we're taking our A and our C half square triangles. I almost grabbed the ring light instead of the iron. Pressing towards C, which happens to be the lighter fabric for me. If you're doing a different colorway, your fabric C might be a darker colorway, or maybe darker. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then for step 5, you're going to press towards fabric A, which is my darker fabric. Okay, so now we're going to take our half square triangles and you're going to place the point, the right angle of your fabric A to the upper left and your right angle from your fabric C to the bottom right. And then you're going to take your other half square triangle with your fabric E, and you want your fabric E right angle to be pointing bottom left so that C and E are touching. You basically want it to look like flying geese with the A fabrics pointing in opposite directions. And we're going to sew that together. If I get I was going to say if I get too explainy, let me know, but I'm sure there's someone out there that's going to appreciate the over explanation. The novice quilt maker will probably love it. The experienced quilt maker will probably be like, what are you doing? But that's okay. This was a very quick set of blocks. Okay, and we are going to press towards our fabric E. So set that seam, press towards E. That top joint is going to be a little stiff, a little bulky. It's okay, take your time. I'm going to sit here and just let the steam kind of relax that. All right, so this again would be a step 7 would be a step that I would probably mess up. So just be mindful of which direction your half square triangles are going. So you're going to take your step 3 unit and you're going to place that to the left of the step 6 unit. And then your step 2 unit is going to go to the right. So I'm going to start with the step 2 unit. This is why I like to lay it out first so that I can see it. And if I were doing all of the blocks at once, all of this, all of the pieces at once, I would be chain stitching or chain piecing all of these. Ooh, okay, so we're pressing in, we're pressing towards the middle, towards our half square triangles. So I'm just going to go ahead and press that now. Okay. And then we're going to take that last piece, the last unit that we made in step 3, we're going to sew that to the left. Okay. And again, we're going to press towards our half square triangles. Okay, so this was the last step for section 3B. We've got some pretty long units here. So you are going to have 2 of these, if you can see them. If you can see that, you're going to have 2 of those, and you're going to have 2 of these. All right. That's it for clue 3. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope to see your finished clue 3s on the Facebook group or Instagram. I hope you have a wonderful day and happy sewing. Bye.